A soft glow filtered to the bedroom window as I stood by the bed, the hardwood floor warm under my feet, the air carrying the faint scent of Laura's lavender perfume and the rustle of clothes being packed. She was preparing for a 2-week business trip, her first in months, and I helped her fold blouses into the open suitcase, my fingers lingering on the fabric she'd worn during our quiet evenings. The city's hum, distant traffic, a neighbor's early coffee grinder, blended with her soft hum, a routine we'd honed over 5 years of marriage, her dark hair falling loose as she zipped a side pocket. Her green eyes caught the neon cafe hotel outside, and I felt a pang of longing, her departure a temporary shadow over our solid bond. She smiled, adjusting her scarf, her voice gentle as she reached for a pair of shoes. "You're too good at this, James," she said, leaning in to kiss my cheek, her lips warm against my skin, a touch that anchored me. I grinned, placing the shoes beside her passport, the city's pulse, horns, a street vendor's call, fading as I pulled her close, my hands resting on her shoulders. "I'll miss you," I murmured, her slender frame steady, the suitcase a silent witness to our love, her reading on the couch, her polite thank yous to delivery drivers, our rare arguments smoothed by her calm. The neon glow framed her perfectly, a woman I trusted implicitly. Her trip a routine break, not a fracture, in our shared life. I slid the zipper closed, the sound crisp in the morning quiet, the air cool with the promise of autumn drifting in. "Don't forget to call," I said, handing her the suitcase handle, my tone teasing but earnest, the city's hum, buses, a dog barking, steady outside. She nodded, her smile widening, her hair clipped back now, the suitcase rolling smoothly as she tested it. "I'll call every day, James," she promised, her voice light, her green eyes warm, a vow that eased the ache of her absence. I kissed her forehead, the lavender scent lingering, the wooden floor creaking as she moved to the door, the neon bar diner, casting a soft halo around her figure, our marriage a fortress I believed unshakable. I watched her go, the suitcase trailing behind, the city's pulse, traffic, a cyclist bell, carrying her toward the airport, her silhouette fading into the dawn. My mind drifted to our history, her curled up with a book, her soft laugh over morning coffee, our hand-in-hand walks in the park, all moments that defined us, her modesty and love a foundation I never doubted. The apartment felt hollow without her, but her promise of calls filled a void, the neon, liquor, pawn, a quiet companion to my wait. I'd pick her up in 2 weeks, bring her coffee, listen to her stories, our life resuming its rhythm, betrayal a thought too distant to consider. The city's lights pulsed, a beacon to her journey, and I turned back inside, certain of her return. I sank onto the bed, the sheets still warm from her packing, the neon glow, books, bakery, soft through the window, the city's hum, laughter, a siren, distant. My notebook rested on the nightstand, unopened, but I knew my words, her gentle promise, my heart, a love secure, step by step, together always. I smiled, picturing her on the plane, her suitcase secure, her calls keeping us close, the hardwood floor echoing with the memory of her steps. The city's pulse carried on, its neon lights a guide to her absence, and I felt a quiet confidence. Our 5 years, her smile, her vows, all proof of a marriage I trusted, blind to any fault lines or trip might reveal beneath the city's watchful glow. A faint hum drifted through the apartment as I settled on the couch, the hardwood floor reflecting the neon glow seeping through the window, the air still carrying the echo of Laura's lavender perfume from her departure. The first 2 days after her 2-week business trip began with a gentle rhythm, her suitcase rolling out, her promise of daily calls a warm thread, her green eyes lingering in my mind under the neon cafe hotel. I waited each evening, the city's pulse, distant horns, a neighbor's radio, blending with the ring of her first video call, her face lighting the screen, her dark hair mussed, her smile soft. "Miss you, James," she said, adjusting her scarf. The hotel room me behind her, and I grinned, my heart steady. The neon bar diner, a quiet frame to our connection. Those initial calls were a lifeline. Her voice a melody over late dinners, her laughter quiet as she described meetings, her green eyes catching the light as she promised to call again. I'd pace, the wooden floor creaking beneath me, the city's hum, traffic, a street vendor's shout. Fading into her words, her suitcase journey a temporary distance I embraced. But by the third day, a silence crept in, her call delayed, the neon liquor pawn pulsing outside as I stared at my cooling coffee, the clock ticking past our usual time. When she finally answered, her face tired, her hair clipped back, she sighed, "Sorry, James. So much work, overtime piling up." Her excuse was smooth, her smile strained, the city's hum, a siren, a dog barking. Distant as I nodded, logic soothing my flicker of unease, her demanding job a plausible shield I clung to. The pattern deepened over the next few days, her calls vanishing for entire stretches. Day 4, then 5, leaving the apartment hollow, the hardwood floor cold under my restless feet. I'd sit by the window, the neon books bakery, casting shadows, the city's pulse, laughter, a busker's guitar, mocking my weight, my phone a silent weight in my hand. When she called on the 6th day, her voice was soft, her green eyes evasive. "Work's insane, James. Meetings nonstop," she said, the hotel room dim, her excuse a repeated refrain that echoed her earlier claims. I pictured her suitcase unpacked, her scarf draped, her days filled with documents, her overtime a badge of dedication I'd admired for 5 years. Her reading on the couch, her polite thank yous, our quiet drives, all reinforcing my trust the city's hum. Cars, a neighbor's TV, humming on as I swallowed my growing doubt. I stood, the neon tacos club, blinking through glass, the air cool with evening, my reflection a shadowed figure against the pane. Her disappearances gnawed at me, day-long gaps, her hesitant tone when she returned, her "I'll call soon" a fragile promise that frayed with each delay. I thought of our mornings, her clipping her hair, her soft laugh over coffee, our hand-in-hand walks in the park. Moments I'd held dear, now tinged with uncertainty as her suitcase trip stretched into a veil over something unseen. The city's pulse, sirens, late-night crowds, swelled and I paced, the wooden floor groaning, my mind racing with questions. Was it stress? A tough client? Logic battled my dread. Her 5 years of loyalty at Rock, I leaned on, the neon glow a silent witness to my denial, blind to the fault lines her silence might reveal. I sank back onto the couch, the cushion sagging, the neon rusty anchor diner, soft through the window, the city's hum, waves, a cyclist bell, steady but hollow. Her next call was due, her promise a lifeline, but the silence stretched, the air thick with a tension I couldn't name. I thought of her suitcase rolling out, her kiss, her miss you, now shadowed by doubt, the hardwood floor a stage for my unease. My notebook rested on the table unopened, but I knew my words, her quiet vow, my trust a love tested, step by step, into silence. The city's lights pulsed, a beacon to her absence, and I waited, my heart heavy, the neon glow framing a marriage I still believed secure, unaware of the cracks her silence cast under the city's watchful hum. A restless energy pulsed through the room as I sat on the couch, the hardwood floor catching the neon glow spilling from the window, the air tinged with the fading scent of Laura's lavender perfume and my mounting tension. Her 2-day silence after the initial calls had left me restless. The city's hum, distant horns, a neighbor's laughter, amplified by my need to hear her voice, her green eyes a beacon I craved. I picked up my phone, the screen cool against my fingers, and initiated a video call, the ringtone echoing to the apartment, the neon cafe hotel, pulsing outside as I waited, my heart a mix of hope and dread. She answered, her face lighting the screen, her dark hair slightly mussed, her smile warm as she leaned closer. The hotel room dim behind her. "James, I missed you," she said, her voice soft and affectionate. The suitcase propped in the corner, her scarf draped over a chair, her green eyes sparkling with a tenderness that eased my unease. We talked, her laughter quiet over a late meal, her words flowed about meetings, her promise of calls reaffirmed, the wooden floor creaking as I shifted to see her better, the neon bar diner, a gentle frame to our moment. I smiled, my heart lifting, 5 years of marriage flashing by. Her reading on the couch, her polite thank yous to delivery drivers, our hand-in-hand walks in the park, all reinforcing the love I trusted, her overtime, excuses a distant hum compared to her warmth. The city's pulse, traffic, a street vendor's shout, faded, and I felt the bond we'd built, blind to the shadow her silence had cast. Then it happened. A movement flickered in the background, the screen shifting as a man stepped into view, his broad shoulders wrapped in a white towel, water glistening on his dark hair, exiting what must have been a bathroom with a casual stride. The city's hum, sirens, a dog barking, vanished, my breath catching, my face hardening into a stone-cold mask as the betrayal sank in. Laura didn't notice, her smile unwavering, her voice still tender. "I'll call tomorrow, okay?" I nodded, my jaw tight, the neon liquor pawn blinding through the window, the man's presence a dagger to my trust. "Good night." I managed, my voice flat, ending the call with a tap, the screen going black, the apartment plunging into a silence broken only by the city's pulse, cars, a busker's guitar, mocking my shock. I stared at the phone, the hardwood floor cold under my feet, the neon books bakery, casting shadows across the room, my mind replaying the man, his towel, Laura's ignorance to a relentless loop. 5 years, her suitcase departure, her soft kisses, her miss you, crumbled in that moment, the city's hum, laughter, a cyclist bell, distant as I processed the infidelity. Was he a colleague? A lover? Her very busy word a lie? I stood, pacing, the wooden floor groaning, the air thick with doubt, my heart a heavy drum as I tried to reconcile her smile with his presence. The neon glow, Tacos Club, lit the night, and I felt the weight of her deception. Her promise of calls now a hollow echo, my trust shaken to its core. I sank onto couch, the cushion sagging under me. The neon, rusty anchor, diner, soft through the glass, the city's hum, waves, a neighbor's TV, steady but hollow. My notebook rested on the table unopened, but no words came, only a bitter truth. Her hidden guess, my trust, a love shaken. Step by step, into doubt. The clock ticked on, the neon lights pulsed, and I sat, my face still stone, the city's pulse carrying on, unaware of the fracture a call had revealed beneath the watchful glow of this restless night. A hollow quiet enveloped the apartment as I moved restlessly across the hardwood floor, the neon lights, cafe, hotel, casting jagged shadows on the walls, the air heavy with the fading trace of Laura's lavender perfume and the weight of her betrayal. The image of the man in a towel from her video call seared into my mind, his casual stride from the bathroom a wound that shattered our 5-year marriage, the city's hum, distant horns, a neighbor's murmur, muted by the storm of my thoughts. I paced from room to room, the wooden floor creaking under my unsteady steps, the night deepening outside, the neon bar diner, a mocking witness to my shock as I tried to piece together the fragments of what I'd seen. I paused in the kitchen, the counter empty where her mug once rested, the air cool with the night's breath, my hands trembling as I replayed the call, her soft, "I missed you," her warm smile, her suitcase neatly placed, all undone by that man's appearance. 5 years of shared moments flooded back. Her quiet hum over breakfast, her polite thank yous to delivery drivers, our hand-in-hand walks in park, now tainted by her coldness, the pauses in her voice, her overtime excuses that now rang false. I leaned against the sink, the faucet's drip a steady beat, the city's pulse, traffic, a street vendor's shout, distant, my mind sifting through details I'd overlooked. Her evasive eyes, her delayed responses, the way she brushed off my worries with a tired sigh. The neon liquor pawn glowed outside, and the truth hit me. This wasn't a mistake, but calculated deception she'd hidden behind her suitcase trip. The living room felt alien, the couch where we'd laughed now a silent accuser, the hardwood floor cold under my socks, the neon books bakery, casting an eerie light across the space. I thought of her departure, her kiss, her promise of calls, her green eyes steady, contrasted with a man's towel-draped figure, water dripping, his present a betrayal I couldn't ignore. Her very busy work claims, her day-long silences, her strained smiles, they aligned now, a pattern I'd dull with logic. The city's hum, sirens, a dog barking, rising as my denial collapsed. I pace again, the wooden floor groaning, my reflection in the window a stranger, the neon Tacos Club pulsing, my 5 years of her lie I could no longer deny, her modesty a mask I cherished blindly. I drifted to the bedroom, the bed unmade for my restless night, the air thick with her absence, the city's pulse, waves, a cyclist spell, faint through the glass. I opened her closet, her scarves neatly hung, her blouses folded, each item a memory, her clip in her hair, her soft laugh over coffee, our quiet evenings, now suspect, her suitcase journey a veil over infidelity. The neon, rusty anchor, diner, lit the room, and I sat on the bed's edge, my hands in my hair, the hardwood floor stage for my unraveling thoughts. Her calls, her miss you, her promise, all tainted. The man's image a ghost I couldn't banish. The city's hum, laughter, a neighbor's shout, indifferent to my pain as I faced the depth of her deceit. I rose, the wooden floor steady, but my world not. The neon, liquor, books, blinding to the window, the clock ticking into the late hours. My notebook lay on the nightstand, unopened, but no words came, only a bitter realization. Her hidden betrayal, my blindness, a love broken, step by step into shock. The city's lights pulsed, the air thick with doubt, and I paced again, the hardwood floor echoing, my trust in her shattered, the neon glow framing a marriage I now questioned beneath the city's cold, watchful gaze on this restless night. A tense stillness gripped the apartment as I lingered by the window, the neon lights, cafe, hotel, casting a cold, wavering glow across the hardwood floor, the air heavy with the lingering scent of Laura's lavender perfume and the weight of my shattered trust. The man in the towel from her video call haunted me. His casual exit from the bathroom a betrayal that turned our 5-year marriage to dust, the city's hum, distant horns, a neighbor's soft murmur, fading beneath my racing thoughts. I couldn't sit still, couldn't call her, the wooden floor creaking under my restless pacing, a plan taking shape, her suitcase trip, her overtime lies, her green eyes masking a lover, all leading me to a decision. She'd returned to an empty shell, and I knew how to make it so. I moved to the kitchen, the counter barren where her mug once stood, the neon bar diner, pulsing outside, my mind drifting to my neighbor, Mark, a broad-shouldered man with a hearty laugh who'd cast longing glances at our house for months. He'd shared his dream over a fence chat, needing a larger backyard for his young kids to play, a space for a swing set, and a home for his aging parents to help with childcare. His wife often stretched in between work and family. 5 years ago, Laura and I had chosen this place. Its snug rooms, its view of the city's neon, liquor, pawn, a sanctuary we'd fill with laughter, her reading by the window, her soft hum over coffee, now a stage for her deceit. The city's pulse, traffic, a street vendor's call, rose, and I resolved. Her suitcase would roll into nothingness. The living room felt like a stranger space, the couch where we'd planned our future now a silent witness, the hardwood floor cold under my socks, the neon, books, bakery, casting an otherworldly light. I recalled Mark's offer, casual yet eager, his eyes tracing our garden, his parents' need for room, his kids' giggles a stark contrast to my solitude. Laura's return in 2 weeks loomed, her promise of calls a hollow lie, her lover's tale of truth I couldn't erase. The city's hum, sirens, a dog barking, urging me forward. I grabbed my jacket, the wooden floor groaning, the air crisp with night, the neon, tacos club, guided me to Mark's door, my choice a barrier against a betrayal, her modesty a facade I dismantle. I knocked, the sound cutting to the quiet street, the city's pulse, waves, a cyclist's bell. Faint, Mark opening with a wide grin, his porch light spilling warmth. "James, what brings you here?" he asked, his voice booming, the neon rusty anchor diner, soft in the distance. "Is your offer still on the table?" I said, my tone firm, the memory of our home fading. He nodded, eyes bright. "Absolutely, the backyard, my folks, perfect fit." I offered a discount, driven by urgency, the city's hum, laughter, a neighbor's shout. Unfazed as I signed the papers that night, my 5 years with Laura swept away. The neon glow framed my departure. Her suitcase returned a void-eyed forged. Back inside, I packed, the wooden floor resonating with each box, the neon, liquor, books, blinding, the air thick with her absence. I took essentials, clothes, my notebook, leaving her scars, her novels, her life behind, the city's pulse, cars, a busker's tune, carrying me toward a new beginning. My notebook remained blank, but I knew my words, her hidden love, my choice, a life reclaimed, step by step, into freedom. The clock ticked toward midnight. The neon lights pulsed, and I left. The city's hum a witness to my divorce filing. Laura's return to emptiness sealed beneath its cold, watchful glow on this fateful night. A faint chill crept through the apartment as I stood by the door, the neon lights, cafe, hotel, casting a restless shimmer across the hardwood floor, the air thick with the memory of Laura's lavender perfume and the resolve hardening in my chest. The man in the towel from her call had sealed my fate, his present a betrayal that crumbled our 5-year marriage, the city's hum, distant horns, a neighbor's low chatter, fading as I prepared to act. I grabbed my jacket, the wooden floor creaking under my determined steps, the night air crisp as I stepped outside, the neon bar diner, guiding me toward Mark's house. My decision to leave Laura with nothing driving me forward with a mix of pain and purpose. I reached his porch, the city's pulse, traffic, a street vendor's call, soft in the background, the neon, liquor, pawn, glowing faintly as I knocked, the sound sharp against the quiet street. Mark opened the door, his broad frame filling the space, a wide grin breaking across his face, his porch light spilling warmth. "James, what brings you by?" he boomed, his voice echoing with the enthusiasm I'd heard when he'd eyed our house, dreaming of a larger backyard for his kids' play area and a home for his parents to help with childcare. I met his gaze, my tone steady despite the turmoil within. "Is your offer to buy the house still on the table?" The memory of our home, its cozy rooms, its view of the city's neon, faded, replaced by the image of Laura's deceit, her suitcase a symbol of her hidden life. His eyes lit up, a spark of excitement replacing his surprise, the city's hum, sirens, a dog barking, distant as he nodded vigorously. "Absolutely, the backyard, my folks, perfect timing." "My wife's been dying for space," he said, his voice thick with relief, the neon, books, bakery, casting a soft light on his eager face. I felt a pang, thinking of our 5 years, her reading by the window, her soft over coffee, our hand-in-hand walks, now ashes, her overtime, lies a mask for the man in the towel. I offered a discount, urgency fueling my words. "Take it quick and I'll cut the price." The city's pulse, laughter, a cyclist bell, unfazed as I pushed for speed, wanting to erase her from my life. Mark agreed. Papers signed that night, the wooden floor of our home of memory I left behind. Back inside, I packed with mechanical rhythm, the hardwood floor resonating with each box, the neon, tacos, club, blinding to the window, the air heavy with her absence. I took essentials, clothes, my notebook, leaving her scars, her novels, her life scattered like relics of a past I no longer claimed. The city's hum, waves, a neighbor's TV, carrying me toward a new start. My heart ached, her green eyes and soft kisses haunting me, but I steeled myself, filing for divorce online, the legal words of final cut. I disconnected my numbers. The phone silent, the neon, rusty anchor, diner, a witness to my departure, her suitcase return a void I'd insured. I stepped out, the wooden floor's echo fading, the city's pulse, cars, a busker's tune, steady as I locked the door for the last time. The neon, liquor, books, framing my exit. My notebook stayed blank, but I knew my words. Her hidden love, my escape, a life renewed, step by step, into freedom. The night deepened, the neon lights pulsed, and I walked away, the city's hum companion to my solitude. Laura's return to an empty house sealed beneath its cold, watchful glow on this decisive night. A weary sigh escaped me as I stood at a distance. The city's neon lights, cafe, hotel, casting a faint sheen across the familiar street, the air tinged with the dampness of evening and the echo of Laura's impending return. 2 weeks had passed since I left. My suitcase of essentials now stowed in a new place, the hardwood floor of our old home replaced by Mark's presence, the man in the towel from recall a ghost that drove me to this moment. I watched from a shadowed corner, the city's hum, distant horns, a neighbor's soft hum, carrying the sound of a taxi pulling up, Laura stepping out, her dark hair loose, her green eyes tired but relaxed, her suitcase trailing behind her, oblivious to the void awaiting. She moved toward the door, her step slow, the neon bar diner, reflecting off her scarf, her posture suggesting a trip's end, a return to normalcy she still believed in. I'd sold the house to Mark. His dream of a larger backyard for his kids and a home for his parents now reality. My discount sealing the deal, my divorce papers filed, my numbers disconnected, actions born from her betrayal. The city's pulse, traffic, a street vendor's call, rose as she fumbled with her key, the wooden door unyielding, her brow furrowing in confusion. Mark appeared, his broad frame filling the doorway, his grin fading to surprise, the neon liquor pawn casting light on his puzzled face as he spoke. "Can I help you? This is my home now." Her suitcase dropped with a soft thud, the city's hum, sirens, a dog barking, fading as her green eyes widened, her mouth parting in shock, the neon Books Bakery, illuminating her disbelief. Where's James?" she stammered, her voice trembling, the relaxed air gone, replaced by a panic I could feel even from afar. Mark shrugged, his tone polite but firm. He sold me the place. I don't know where he is. 5 years of our life. Her reading by the window, her soft over coffee, our hand-in-hand walks, flashed before me. Now a lie exposed by the man in the towel, her overtime, a cover for infidelity. The city's pulse, laughter, a cyclist bell, carried on, indifferent to her unraveling world. I stayed hidden, the wooden fence a barrier, the neon, tacos club, blinking as she knocked again, her pleas muffled, her suitcase a lonely sentinel on the porch. Mark's voice grew firmer. "I'm sorry, but you'll need to leave." The city's hum, waves, a neighbor's TV, steady as she stepped back, her face a mask of shock, her hands trembling. I thought of her departure, her kiss, her promise of calls, her green eyes steady. Now a cruel jest, the hardwood floor of our home traded for this moment. The neon, rusty anchor, diner, framed her defeat, and I felt a bitter mix of relief and pain. My escape from her deception complete, her return a punishment I'd orchestrated. I turned away, the city's pulse, cars, a busker's tune, guided me back to my new solitude, the neon, liquor, books, a cold companion. My notebook remained unopened in my bag, but I knew my words, her false return my freedom, a love ended, step by step, into silence. The night deepened, the neon lights pulsed, and I walked on, the city's hum a witness to her shock, her empty home a testament to marriage I'd left behind beneath its watchful glow on this fateful evening. A sharp ache settled in my chest as I lingered on the empty street, the neon lights, cafe, hotel, casting a dim glow across the unfamiliar pavement, the air heavy with the scent of rain and the loss of my former life. The house I'd shared with James was gone, sold to Mark, his surprised face at the door a mirror to my shock, the man in the towel for my call a secret now exposed, the city's hum, distant horns, a neighbor's murmur, drowning in my desperation. My suitcase had abandoned on the curb, my green eyes blurred with tears, and I fumbled for my phone, dialing James, the ringtone cutting off to a cold, disconnected message, the neon bar diner, a silent witness to my isolation. I tried again, the city's pulse, traffic, a street vendor's call, fading as the same automated voice repeated, his number severed, my pleas unanswered, the wooden memory of our home haunting me. 5 years, his steady hands packing my suitcase, his soft, "I'll miss you." Our hand-in-hand walks, crumbled, replaced by the emptiness of his silence, his trust broken by my hidden lover. I thought of calling his parents, their warm home of refuge, the neon, liquor, pawn, guiding my shaky fingers as I dialed, their voices cautious, offering no clues. "He's not here, Laura," his mother said, her tone clipped. The city's hum, sirens, a dog barking, distant, their refusal wall I couldn't breach, leaving me adrift. The night deepened, the neon, Books Bakery, casting shadows on my tear-streaked face, the city's pulse, laughter, a cyclist bell, carrying on as I realized he was truly gone, his love of memory I'd shattered. I'd returned expecting our life, his coffee waits, his quiet smiles, only to find Mark's ownership, my overtime, lies a flimsy shield against the truth. The suitcase beside me, once filled with business clothes, now held a life unraveling, The hardwood floor of our home traded for this cold street, the neon tacos club mocking my solitude. I sank onto a bench, the wood rough under me, my hands trembling, the city's hum, waves, a neighbor's TV, steady as I faced the void I created. A rustle in the mailbox caught my eye. The neon, rusty anchor, diner, illuminating a thick envelope, my name scrawled in James's hand, the divorce papers within a final blow. No note, no explanation, just legal terms severing our bond. The city's pulse, cars, a busker's tune, indifferent to my collapse. I flipped through the pages, the neon, liquor, books, blinding. My mind replayed his kiss of my departure, his trust in my promises, now dust. The man in the towel cost I couldn't undo. The papers slipped from my hands, the hardwood memory of our nights together fading. My heart a hollow drum, the city's glow a cold companion to my fall. I gathered my things, the wooden bench creaking, the neon lights pulsing. The city's hum a relentless witness to my loss. My notebook, left behind with James, once held our story, but now I knew my words. His silent exit, my regret, a love lost, step by step, into emptiness. The night stretched on. The neon glow framed my defeat, and I walked away. The city's pulse carried my solitude, the divorce papers await in my bag beneath its watchful light on this desolate evening. A bitter wind brushed against my skin as I stood on the unfamiliar street. The neon lights, cafe, hotel, casting a pale shimmer across the cracked pavement. The air thick with the weight of my shattered life and the echo of James's absence. The house was gone, sold a mark. The divorce papers in my bag, a final decree. The man in the towel for my call, a secret that cost me everything. The city's hum, distant horns, a neighbor's soft hum, fading into my despair. My suitcase rested beside me, its content a mockery of stability. My green eyes dry from tears, and I was left without a home, without a husband, the neon bar diner, a cold companion to my fall. I tried to reach my lover, the one whose towel-clad presence had undone me. The city's pulse, traffic, a street vendor's call, rising as I dialed, only to hear his voicemail, his excuse a curt, I can't deal with this after learning the house and divorce. 5 years with James, his steady hands packing my suitcase, his soft, I'll miss you. Our quiet walks, dissolved, replaced by this abandonment, his trust broken by my deceit. The neon liquor pawn blinked, and I realized he fled, his affection a fleeting lie. The hardwood memory of our home traded for a loneliness I couldn't escape. The city's hum, sirens, a dog barking, carried on, indifferent to my isolation, my lover's disappearance a second betrayal. Meanwhile, I imagined James in a new city, the neon books bakery, of a different skyline framing his solitude, his suitcase unpacked in a sparse apartment. The city's pulse, laughter, a cyclist's bell, steady as he rebuilt. I'd left him with pain, his green eyes once warm, now distant. But he carried relief, too. The weight of my infidelity lifted, the wooden floor of our past replaced by a fresh start. The neon tacos club lit his nights, his notebook open, words of freedom flowing. The man in the towel a ghost he'd banished. The city's hum, waves, a neighbor's TV, guiding him forward. 5 years of love, now a lesson, his heart a mix of scars and hope, the divorce a clean break he'd chosen. Back on my street, the neon, rusty anchor diner, cast shadows on my weary face. The city's pulse, cars, a busker's tune, mocking my plight. I had no home, no anchor, my suitcase a burden, my lover gone, James's silence a wall I couldn't breach. The hardwood memory of our nights, his laugh, his touch, faded, the neon, liquor, books, a reminder of what I'd lost, my regret a constant ache. I thought of Mark, his kids playing in our old backyard, his parents settled, the city's hum a backdrop to their joy. While I wandered, the divorce papers await in my bag, my life unmoored. I moved on, the wooden curb rough under my steps, the neon lights pulsing. The city's hum a relentless witness to my ruin. My notebook, lost with James, once held our story, but now I knew my words. His new dawn, my ruin, a love's end. Step by step, into consequence. The night stretched on. The neon glow framed my defeat, and I walked into the darkness. The city's pulse carried my solitude, the consequences of my choices sealed beneath its cold. watchful light on this desolate evening. A gentle calm washed over me as I leaned against the balcony railing. The neon lights, cafe, hotel, of this new city painted the night with a soft glow, the air fresh with the promise of renewal and the quiet ache of memory. The man in the towel from Laura's call had been the catalyst, his presence unraveling our 5-year marriage. The city's hum, distant horns, a neighbor's murmur, now a distant echo as I rebuilt my life. My suitcase, once packed with essentials, now held a new routine, the wooden floor of my old home traded for this unfamiliar space, the neon bar diner, a symbol of a fresh start. I reflected on the journey, her suitcase departure, her overtime lies, her green eyes hiding betrayal, leading me to this moment of peace. In my mind, I saw Laura, the neon liquor pawn, casting shadows on her weary face, her suitcase abandoned on that cold street, her lover gone, her home lost in Mark's family. The city's pulse, traffic, a street vendor's call, carried her solitude. Her attempts to reach me met with disconnected lines, her parents' silence a wall, the divorce papers a final cut without a note. 5 years. Her reading by the window, her soft over coffee, our walks, dissolve, her actions a weight she'd bear, the neon books bakery, a reminder of her ruin. The hardwood memory of our love faded, replaced by her enduring consequence. The city's hum, sirens, a dog barking, indifferent to her fall. Here, the neon tacos club lit my nights, my notebook open on the table, words of healing flowing, the city's pulse, laughter, a cyclist bell, steady as I found solace. The pain lingered, her kiss at departure, her "I'll miss you," now a bittersweet echo, but relief grew, the man in the towel a lesson learned, the wooden floor of our past a foundation for my strength. The neon, rusty anchor diner framed my view, the city's hum, waves, a neighbor's TV, guided me forward, my heart mending with each dawn, the divorce a clean break I'd embraced. Laura's path diverged, her green eyes a memory, her betrayal a scar I'd overcome. I thought of Mark, the neon liquor books, shining on his kids playing our old backyard, his parents settled, the city's pulse, cars, a busker's tune, backdropping their joy, a life I'd enabled by my exit. Laura wandered, her suitcase a burden, her lover's flight a second wound, the hardwood of our home now his, the neon glow a witness to her isolation. The city's hum carried my new rhythm, my notebook holding, her lost world, my peace, a love closed, step by step into closure. The night deepened, the neon lights pulsed, and I turned inside, the city's watchful glow sealing our separate fates on this quiet evening.